Hello, my name is Trevin Lambert, and welcome to an exclusive interview with the 6th President of Missouri Southern State University, Dr. Dean Van Galen. Dr. Van Galen, thank you so much for joining us. It's an honor to have you here with us today. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule.
My pleasure, Trevin. Really great to be with you today, and I've been looking forward to our time together, so thanks.
Awesome. So just jumping right into it, you've almost been at Missouri Southern for a year now. Okay, what's been your impression of Southern thus far?
Yeah, it's been absolutely wonderful, and I say that because this campus is a strong community. It's very student-centered, which is something that really attracted me to Missouri Southern. People have been wonderful even during the pandemic and all the challenges we faced. And also I've really enjoyed, along with my wife Mary, Joplin. It's a great place to live. People have been, again, very welcoming. So it's been a fantastic 8 months.
Awesome. Glad to hear that. What have been some of your top priorities in your inaugural year as president?
Certainly learning and listening. I think when you come to a new university, it's really important to understand the history. It's important to understand the relationships and build those relationships. So sometimes when you start as a new leader, people say, well, what's your vision? And my view has always been, if you have a clear vision on day one, that's probably not a good thing, because you need to learn and listen. So that's certainly been a priority. Working with others to try to navigate COVID-19 and the pandemic, it has impacted all of our lives. It's changed everyone's job, if you will, from the faculty to the staff to the students. And I've been really proud of the way our campus has come together and navigated the pandemic. And then, starting to think about the future, trying to identify what are some of the challenges that we face and the opportunities we have as a university. So those have been my priorities, and it's been really great so far.
Wonderful. Awesome. I know you talked a little bit about establishing relationships. I know you've worked on that a little bit, with faculty, staff, local business owners, alumni, but also students as well. So in what ways have you kind of worked to connect with the students of Missouri Southern?
Yeah, that's been really important to me. Fundamentally, I'm an educator, and I enjoy working with students, getting to know students. So it's been a number of things, formally through activities such as attending the Student Senate meeting, attending the Women in Science Club. That was great. Early on during my time here, I did some hometown tours where I would go with a student from, it was Joplin, Carl Junction, Baxter Springs, and Carthage. A current Missouri Southern student who took me to their hometown, kind of showed me around, and it gave me a great sense of the community, where they're from, why they chose to come to Missouri Southern. And then probably more informal opportunities have been really rewarding. Just a chance to visit with students one-on-one in the Lions Den, in the NEZ. I've met with some of the athletic teams. So to me, that's the best part of my job, is connecting with students, and I look forward to doing more of that, during my time here at Missouri Southern.
Wonderful. I know having an excellent faculty and staff is definitely an important part of that student success. How do you plan on not only retaining that same level of excellence within our faculty and staff that we already have, but also progressing that as the years go on?
Yeah, to your point, to be a great university, you need great people. And for a university, that means faculty and staff who care, who believe in the mission. So the good news is we have that here at Missouri Southern. I've been meeting with staff who've worked here for 20 or more years. I've been meeting with some of the senior faculty. So I've learned very clearly they value the culture here, the student-centeredness. So that's a good place to start, is to try to continue and build that culture of believing in the mission, prioritizing our students. But there are challenges too. Compensation. Every university faces that, but here we do have a challenge with compensation. Getting through the pandemic, this has been a difficult year for our faculty and staff. And I look to the fall where things may not be normal, but I think it is an opportunity to really come together, re-energize ourselves around our mission, and just continuing the communication with our faculty and staff in particular. It's a place where faculty and staff want to be heard, they want engagement, they want a say, if you will, in the university's future, and that's really important, and I want to do that.
Of course, awesome. That actually is a wonderful segue into my next question. When talking about the future, you've actually said we have to use a framework of what's important and that the success of our students is at the core of our mission. Yes. Looking towards the future, what specific goals do you have for the university as a whole in the coming years?
You know, there are a few priorities. We have a strategic plan, and part of that is focused on the success of our students. That includes effective recruitment of students, retention, and supporting their success. When you think about success in that regard, it's easy and important to look at numbers, our retention rates, our graduation rates. But beyond that, I want the Missouri Southern student experience to be engaging, rewarding, life-changing, if you will. So one of the areas I really believe deeply in is often called high-impact practices. These would be student opportunities such as undergraduate research, study abroad, internships, service learning, and I'd like to work with our faculty and staff and our students to build those opportunities to a greater degree over time. Study abroad is an interesting example. As you may know, part of our university's mission, which is pretty unique, is to have an international theme to our mission. So outside of Webster Hall, you see the flags, and that is really a reflection of one of our strengths. And I believe very deeply in the value of a study abroad experience, of interacting with international students on our campus, and doing everything we can to promote global learning. So that would be one of my priorities. The other one would be to launch a fundraising campaign. So we have, as a university, the Missouri Southern Foundation, and that is where charitable gifts are gifted to support the work of the university. Over the next few years, I'd like to have the university plan and launch a major fundraising effort for the purpose of providing more scholarships for students, supporting our academic programs, and other priorities. So I think, especially as a public university, that philanthropy, that charitable support will really be important to our future.
Wonderful, wonderful. My last question for you is a bit of a difficult one, but having that your wife and yourself are both first-generation college graduates, which congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
I think that makes you perfect to answer this, actually. In 2019, according to this study done, Truman State University, university that you won Educator of the Year in the 88-89 school year, had a 71% graduation rate for first-generation students, while Missouri Southern had a 28%. How do you plan on kind of raising that percentage over your tenure and ensuring that more first-generation students walk across stage on graduation?
Yeah, that is an important challenge for Missouri Southern, and to your point, both Mary and I are first-generation college students. Neither of my parents completed high school. So if you think about the challenges in being a first-gen student, you may not know how to navigate college. It's all new, and your family or parents haven't had that experience. So part of that is ensuring as a campus we think about that. And as students come to us and they go through registration, they work with financial aid, they work with faculty, how do we, I guess, educate and help our faculty and staff be very effective at working with those students? Another piece of it is financial aid. In general, a lot of first-gen students have financial challenges, so it's important to remain affordable, accessible as a campus. Part of that is providing greater scholarship support for our students. Starting next fall, we do have some new programs called MOSO Merit that will better support financially our first-gen and all of our students. And then I go back to this idea of student experiences. The more that we can connect all of our students, and maybe especially first-generation students, to mentors, whether it be faculty mentors through undergraduate research projects, whether it be working in a faculty office or administrative office to have a mentorship of sorts, student employment. I want us to really pursue those opportunities because I think many first-gen students are successful because of a relationship they've built with peers or with faculty and staff as they've come to campus. I really believe that when students come to college, many of them leave or do not succeed, not because they don't have the ability to do so, but it's more of a lack of connection that has been made with the campus. And I think those are some of the keys to help us improve that percentage. More importantly, beyond the percentage, to further impact the lives of our first-gen students.
I couldn't agree more. And Dr. Van Galen, thank you so much for being here. It was a pleasure having you. Thank you for sitting down with me today.
Appreciate the invitation.
And this interview has been brought to you by Southern Broadcasters Club. My name is Trevin Lambert. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day.